Welcome back, Deep Divers. Today we are going to sunny California, Montecito, to take a look at the mansion of, well, you know who, Meghan Markle and Prince Harry.
It's a fascinating property.
It is. Now, you might be thinking another celebrity home tour, but I think this is more than that, right?
Oh, absolutely. This property, it kind of reflects some bigger trends in luxury living,
Yeah.
architectural styles, you
Yeah.
know, and maybe even offers a glimpse into their values and their lifestyle choices. And
Okay, I'm all in. We've got like blueprints, we've got virtual tours, we've got articles. So, let's dive in.
let's do it.
First things first.
Yeah.
Why is Montecito like the place for celebrities?
Well, Montecito offers this really unique blend of privacy and natural beauty with that undeniable California luxury.
It's like you get the best of both worlds. You get the seclusion and luxury.
Exactly. And it's not just any kind of luxury. We're talking, Oprah Winfrey, Ellen DeGeneres. I mean, these are people that could live anywhere in the world, but they choose Montecito, so it's an exclusive enclave that offers a certain level of prestige and privacy that's hard to find elsewhere.
I can see that. Okay, so let's talk about Harry and Meghan's place. It's not small, right?
7.4 acres, about the
Yeah.
size of a small park.
Wow.
And the main house itself, 18,000 square feet.
18,000 square feet. I can't even imagine trying to clean a place that big. But, it's not just about the size, right? They have all of these crazy amenities.
Oh, yeah. Pool, tennis court. They have a tea house.
A tea house.
A tea house. And for the kids, a separate children's cottage.
Wait, a children's cottage. Like that's a whole other house.
It is.
Okay, wow.
Yeah.
One thing I noticed was all of the like sustainable elements they've got going on, the vegetable garden, and I think I saw solar panels, and the whole house just seems to blend into the landscape.
Yeah. Their focus on sustainability is a really, really important thing. It reflects this shift we're seeing in the luxury market where eco-conscious choices are, well, they're becoming just as important as the traditional status symbols.
Like saying, I can afford to care about the planet.
Precisely. It's about showcasing a different kind of wealth, one that's, prioritizing responsibility and environmental awareness. And it's not just about like installing solar panels, it's about designing the home to really work in harmony with nature and, minimizing its footprint on the environment. So
I'm really liking this new definition of luxury. Okay, so style-wise, this mansion it's like a Mediterranean dream, right?
yeah, spot on. French Provençal style. Stucco walls, terracotta roof, and, that charming ivy cascading everywhere.
I love that.
Creates a very relaxed European vibe.
It's interesting because Meghan lived in London
Mm-hmm.
before marrying Harry,
She
right?
did, yeah.
So do you think that choosing this style was like a way to blend her experience with a more classic California aesthetic?
That's a great observation. It could be a way to create a space that feels familiar and new at the same time,
Mhm.
and sort of a reflection of their blended heritage and their current, California lifestyle. And French Provençal style with the emphasis on outdoor living and connection to nature fits perfectly in Montecito.
Totally. Okay, I gotta know. What's it like inside?
Well, the living room is grand, very grand. High ceilings, exposed wooden beams, and it's got this really majestic stone fireplace. Creates a very warm and inviting atmosphere.
But isn't that, I mean, what interior designers are for?
Right.
So do you think it reflects their actual taste, or are they just following trends?
That's a good question. While they likely work with designers, the overall feel of the space does seem to align with their public image and values. They've spoken about, their love of nature, their desire for a simpler life, and those elements are definitely present in the design choices.
I see what you mean. So tell me more. What about the bedrooms?
So Master Suite is almost too perfect,
Okay.
But what really caught my eye was the princess-themed children's bedroom.
Ah,
Yeah, think pink castle bunk beds, turrets, the whole fairy tale.
oh, come on. That is adorable. Okay, but wait, there's more. There's that wine cellar. I hear it's fit for a king. Well, I guess a prince.
Oh, the wine cellar's something else. They've really paid attention to detail down there. Stone walls, gravel floor, atmospheric lighting,
Okay.
very specific mood and ambiance.
Okay, so speaking of mood and ambiance, what about the grounds? I'm picturing like, I don't know, gardens fit for a prince and a duchess.
Oh yeah, manicured lawns, vibrant roses, central statue. The whole thing is designed for, those leisurely strolls. And of course, there's that, outdoor dining area, perfect for those California evenings.
Ugh, you're making me want to book a flight to California right now. Okay, but let's talk numbers.
Yeah.
This place had to cost a fortune.
14.65 million.
Wow.
Back in 2020. 2020.
Okay, but here's the kicker. It's almost doubled in value since then.
No way.
Upwards of 29 million.
So Montecito is a gold mine.
It seems that way. But, is this bubble going to burst? What makes this market so unique? There's a combination of factors that drive those prices. First, scarcity.
Okay.
Only so much land in these exclusive enclaves.
Right.
Then there's the desirability factor. Montecito offers this lifestyle that's incredibly appealing to high net worth individuals.
Yeah.
And of course, there's the celebrity appeal.
Oh, yeah.
When stars move in, it elevates the cachet of the entire area.
So it's like buying into a certain level of social status.
It is. It's not just about the property itself. It's about the lifestyle it represents, the exclusivity, the prestige, and that's what drives those prices up. Now, whether the bubble will burst or not, that's a question for the real estate experts. Right. Okay, so we've talked about the what and the where. Let's talk about the why. What can the regular people take away from all of this? It's fun to, look inside a celebrity's house, but is there a deeper meaning here?
Absolutely. I mean, this isn't just about rubbernecking at a famous couple's house. It gives us a glimpse into how the definition of luxury is evolving, sustainability, family-centric spaces, and a desire to connect with nature. I mean,
it's interesting how the princess-themed bedroom plays into that. It seemed like a world apart from all the pressures of their public life.
It does, and it speaks to how celebrity parents are trying to balance fame with providing a sense of normalcy for their children, and creating a whimsical, playful space for their kids could be a way to shield them from the spotlight and allow them to just be kids.
To be kids, yeah. Okay, so it's not just about opulence anymore. It's about creating a home that reflects your values and priorities. And it seems like privacy is a huge priority for them.
It is. And choosing Montecito, a place known for its seclusion, reinforces that idea. They're prioritizing their family's well-being above all else.
But didn't they leave, royal life for privacy? So isn't that a contradiction? I mean, living in such a high-profile area.
That's a valid point. It does seem a little paradoxical, but perhaps for them, it's about, finding a balance. They want privacy from the paparazzi and the constant media attention, but they also want to be a part of a community and enjoy the California lifestyle. And Montecito allows them to have both.
Yeah, that makes sense. So it's less about, keeping up with the Joneses, and it's more about carving out their own space.
Yeah.
Their own definition of what a fulfilling life looks like. And their home reflects that. It's a space where they can be themselves, raise their family on their own terms, and create a life that aligns with their values.
Exactly. And their choice of home provides this fascinating lens through which we can explore these broader trends and societal shifts,
That's what I love about these deep dives. We start with something seemingly superficial and end up exploring deeper questions about lifestyle and values.
Speaking of stories, was there anything in the research that really stood out to you? Like any fun facts or details that surprised you?
Well, aside from the sheer opulence of the wine cellar, I was struck by the thoughtfulness behind the outdoor spaces. It's clear that they've designed the estate to seamlessly blend indoor and outdoor living.
Yeah, I was drooling over that outdoor dining area. Imagine hosting a dinner party under the stars with that view.
Exactly. And it speaks to a broader trend in luxury real estate, I think. Outdoor spaces. They're no longer just an afterthought. They're becoming extensions of the home itself, just as luxurious and carefully designed as the interior.
So bringing the indoors out? Exactly. We're seeing, features like outdoor kitchens, fireplaces. I mean, even entire entertainment areas that rival what you'd find inside. So
yeah,
it's about creating this seamless flow between the home and the natural world.
I love that. It's like maximizing your enjoyment of that beautiful California weather.
Exactly. And it fits perfectly with the whole California lifestyle, right?
Totally.
It's about embracing a more relaxed, casual way of life, where the lines between indoor and outdoor living become blurred.
It's like they're saying, come on in, let's hang out by the pool, enjoy the fresh air, and soak up the California sunshine.
And who wouldn't want to do that, given the chance?
Seriously. Okay, we've covered the house, the grounds, the lifestyle, but I feel like we've only just scratched the surface.
We have a lot more to unpack here.
We do. We'll be right back.
We were just talking about how Harry and Meghan's home kind of reflects their values, and it's interesting to consider how their individual backgrounds and experiences might have influenced their choices.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we've got a prince who left royal life and an American actress who's now carving her own path. So there's got to be a story there.
Oh, absolutely. Let's take the architectural style, for example. French Provençal, it's not just about luxury, it's also about this, the certain romanticism, this history, elegance, a connection to European roots.
And that totally resonates with Meghan's time in London. It's like they brought a little bit of Europe to California.
Right. And then you have the emphasis on sustainability.
Yeah.
The vegetable garden, solar panels,
Mm-hmm.
suggest a desire for a simpler, more grounded life, despite the grandeur of the estate.
It's almost like they're saying, we can have this amazing home, but we're still going to be conscious of our impact on the planet.
Exactly. It's about finding that balance
Yeah.
between, luxury and responsibility. And it sends a powerful message, especially considering their platform and influence.
Yeah.
They're showing that sustainable living can be stylish and aspirational.
And let's not forget about that adorable princess-themed children's bedroom. It's whimsical, playful,
Yeah.
full of imagination.
Yeah. It suggests a desire to create a magical childhood for their kids.
Yeah.
A world apart from the pressures and expectations they face. They've both spoken about, the challenges of growing up in the public eye. So it's natural that they'd want to, shield their children from that as much as possible.
Right. Like they're trying to give their kids a taste of that normal childhood they might not have had themselves.
Exactly. And the fact that they chose, Montecito, a place that's known for its privacy and seclusion, reinforces that idea. They're clearly prioritizing their family's well-being, above all else.
It's interesting though because they could have chosen to live anywhere in the world,
Yeah.
any place that offered, that privacy.
Yeah.
But they picked a spot that's still very much in the public eye. Montecito is it's a magnet for celebrities. So it's not like they're completely off the radar.
True. And it does raise the question, what level of privacy are they actually seeking? Perhaps they're looking for a balance. They want to escape the paparazzi and the constant scrutiny, but they also want to be a part of a community,
Yeah.
a place where they can connect with like-minded individuals.
It makes me wonder if being a part of that Montecito circle with neighbors like Oprah and Ellen is actually a form of protection. Like maybe it creates this buffer zone, a sense of shared understanding and support in a world that can be quite harsh and judgmental.
That's an interesting perspective. It's possible that being surrounded by other, high-profile individuals who have navigated, similar challenges provides a sense of solidarity and
Maybe
safety.
it's like they're saying, we get it. We've been there. We understand what it's like to live in the spotlight.
Exactly. And that shared experience could be invaluable, especially as they raise their children and try to navigate the complexities of fame and privacy.
It's funny. We started this deep dive thinking we'd be like, oogling a celebrity mansion, but it's turned into something much more insightful, I think.
It's the power of looking beyond the surface when we examine the choices people make, especially when it comes to their homes. We gain a glimpse into their values, their aspirations, their vision of a good life,
Totally. Speaking of choices, was there anything in the research that stood out to you as particularly significant? Any details that really highlighted Harry and Meghan's personalities or priorities?
Well, one thing that struck me was the contrast between the grandeur of the home and the simplicity of some of the design elements. Take the living room, for instance. I mean, it's a grand space with high ceilings and exposed beams, but the furnishings are surprisingly understated and cozy.
Yeah, I see what you mean. It's like they're not trying to be flashy or ostentatious. The focus seems to be on creating a space that feels comfortable and inviting.
Yeah.
A place where they can truly relax and be themselves.
Exactly. And that aligns with what we know about them from their public statements and interviews. They've both spoken about the importance of authenticity and living a life that's true to their values.
So it's less about keeping up appearances and more about creating a sanctuary, a space that reflects who they are at their core.
Exactly. And their home seems to be a perfect reflection of that. It's a blend of luxury and simplicity,
Yeah.
grandeur and intimacy, European elegance and California cool.
And let's not forget those incredible outdoor spaces. I mean, the
Yeah.
manicured lawns, the rose gardens, that stunning outdoor dining area. It's like they've brought the beauty of nature right into their backyard.
And that's a key element of that California lifestyle they're embracing. It's about blurring the lines between indoor and outdoor living, making the most of the beautiful weather, connecting with the natural world.
We've talked a lot about the couple's values
Hmm.
and how those are reflected in their home. But what about the financial aspect? I mean, this place has nearly doubled in value in just a few years. What's your take on that? Is it purely a smart investment, or is there something more at play?
Well, real estate in exclusive enclaves like Montecito often operates under its own set of rules. And while, financial gain is certainly a factor, I think it's important to consider the intangible value that's associated with owning a property like this.
You mean like the prestige,
Yeah.
the status that comes with living in a certain zip code?
Exactly. It's about being a part of an exclusive community, rubbing shoulders with the elite. And that has a value that goes beyond the purely financial.
It's like buying into a certain lifestyle, a
Yeah.
certain level of social capital.
Exactly. And for someone like Harry, who comes from a world of inherited wealth and privilege, this might be a way to establish a new kind of status, one that's based on his own achievements and choices rather than his lineage.
That's a really interesting perspective. It's like he's creating his own legacy, one that's separate from the royal family, but still carries a certain level of prestige and influence.
Right.
And for Meghan, who has built her own successful career, this could be a way to solidify her place in that world, to show that she's arrived on her own terms. I'm seeing how this deep dive into their home is revealing so much more than just bricks and mortar. It's a window into their personalities, their ambitions, their evolving identities.
Mhm. And it also, raises questions about the nature of wealth and privilege, the role of celebrity in our culture, and the changing definition of the American dream.
Whoa, there's a lot to unpack there, and we're going to do just that right after this. All right, we're back. And I feel like we've gone beyond just like, house tour at this point into some serious social commentary.
It's inevitable, really, when you're dealing with figures like Harry and Meghan. Their choices become symbolic, whether they intend it or not.
Right, exactly. So this mansion, this lifestyle,
Yeah.
is this a new American dream,
Mhm.
or is it something else entirely?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? On one hand, it fits that classic narrative, couple achieves success, buys a dream home. But the context is different. They're rejecting these old structures of power and building something new.
So it's aspirational,
Mm.
but maybe also a bit rebellious.
Yeah.
Like we're going to redefine what success and happiness look like for us.
Exactly. And that resonates with a lot of people, especially those who feel disillusioned with traditional path. It's not just about the material possessions. It's about the freedom to create your own narrative.
Which brings us back to the house itself.
Yeah.
Amidst all this analysis, I'm curious, what was your lasting impression? What detail sticks with you?
Honestly, it's the garden, not just its beauty, but what it represents. They could have easily had a super modern minimalist landscape, but they chose something lush, vibrant, almost overflowing.
It's so California though, like that abundance of nature.
It is, but it's also a deliberate choice, I think. It suggests a rejection of that stark, controlled aesthetic that often comes with wealth. It's like they're saying we embrace, life's messiness. It's natural beauty.
I love that.
Yeah.
Okay, big picture time. What's the one takeaway you want listeners to remember from this deep dive?
That a home is a powerful statement, whether consciously or not. We reveal ourselves through our spaces, and Harry and Meghan's mansion is fascinating, not just for its opulence, but for what it tells us about their values, their struggles, their vision for the future.
It's making me rethink my own little apartment. Maybe I need some more of that overflowing garden vibe.
Maybe maybe we all do. And on that note, I'll leave your listeners with a final thought. Imagine you had a a Montecito-sized budget. What would your dream home say about you?
Well, that's a good one to ponder.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive into Meghan and Harry's Montecito mansion. This has been really enlightening.
The pleasure was all mine. Until next time,
Yeah.
keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep diving deep.